Open world games give us the freedom to fly, drive, and sail through handsome, borderless environments. Hey everyone, I'm Sarah, and today on Android Tools, we're going to be counting down our top picks for the top 10 best open world games for Android and iOS. But before we get going, let me introduce you to today's sponsor, Legacy of the Beast. Legacy of the Beast is a dark fantasy RPG with an epic narrative-driven campaign arc, over 400 characters to collect, and a deep arena and guild system. In this game, you control Eddie and other fantastical creatures as you enter different worlds inspired by the imagery created by this iconic popular British band. Collect, power up, and evolve champions, form the ultimate fighting team, then battle your way through amazing worlds, defiant dungeons, and spectacular arenas. The fights in Legacy of the Beast are turn-based, as in traditional RPGs. During the battles, you can choose the type of attack you want to do, keeping in mind that some are more effective than others against certain enemies. Some creatures in your group may also have defensive and healing abilities. Overall, this is a visually spectacular RPG with a very entertaining combat system. Personally, I think this is one of the best turn-based RPGs you'll find on a smartphone device. It has an amazing storyline, cool collectibles, and awesome 3D graphics. I mean, just look at these champions. So what are you waiting for? Go to the video description, download the game, and receive the first of 7 deadly gifts, including an epic champion. Starting off at number 10, we have Helicopter Rescue. This is an action-adventure kind of game where you hop on board a ton of different kind of rescue helicopters. Thanks to its unique 3D visuals, having a blast is given as you complete each of the missions that pop up before you. One highly challenging part of the game is flying your helicopter. The lever located to your left allows you to increase your flying altitude or begin to land. On the other hand, from the right part of your screen, you control which direction your vehicle flies in within the air. Overall, this is a nicely done open world game where you pilot several helicopters that are progressively unlocked as you level up. Moving on to number 9, we have Another Day. Another Day is a 3D action survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world. Now, it offers a gameplay experience similar to the popular Last Day on Earth, but with a typical third-person shooting system. Explore different regions filled with zombies and stumble upon other survivors. Depending on the area you enter, you can fight against other players in PvP modes, and regardless, you have to make sure to watch out for the undead because they're always lurking around the corner. Another key aspect of this game is that you get to build your own shelter. You give free rein to your imagination by manually designing your shelter using all kinds of structures and artifacts. Coming in at number 8, we have Hassel 1977. Hassel 1977 is a third-person action game set in an alternate version of the 1970s where new technologies have been seamlessly integrated into everyday life. You play as a member of a group of rebels ready to wreak havoc. Gameplay is very simple. With your left thumb, you can control the virtual D-pad, while with your right thumb, you can shoot. On the right side of the screen, you can also jump, throw grenades, and hop into vehicles. When you're in a car, of course, you can then accelerate and brake with the same controls. There's a sandbox mode where you can move freely around the scenario, doing whatever you want. Next up at number 7, we have Pirate Code. Pirate Code is a 3D action game that lets you participate in super fun naval battles against other players online. Each ship is equipped with cannons, torpedoes, and even magic shields. The battles are usually 5 against 5, and the objective is always the same: conquer the main area of the map. To do so, you have to remain alive for as long as you can while you get rid of your rivals. When you start playing, you'll only have one ship and one captain available to you, but you can unlock many more. There are more than a dozen different ships and captains, each one with their own unique skills and features. Moving on to number 6, we have Don't Starve. This is a survival simulator that has an indescribable, gloomy atmosphere. The protagonist of this game is a clumsy little man. He enters a hostile world full of dangerous monsters who only want one thing: the death of a hero. Any object, no matter how harmless it may seem at first glance, may be the cause of the death of the character. Gameplay is typical. You need to collect items, craft, and make weapons, as well as prepare food, but you should also look at the scales of your health, hunger, and mental stability. The project has an intuitive interface. Information on all the collected items and your physical condition is available on the user interface below and on the upper left corners, respectively. Moving on to number 5, we have Evil Lands. Evil Lands is a 3D MMORPG that gives you the opportunity to experience the game as if you were playing an RPG for one player, even though you'll share this world with others. You'll get the chance to see and talk to other players as well as complete solo missions. Every time you level up, you'll also get new skills and you'll have the chance to improve some of your features. Vitality, strength, agility, and luck will be your main attributes, and your health and the amount of danger you can inflict will depend on them, as well as being able to strike your enemies hard enough. The higher your level is, the better your weapons and armor will be. Next up at number 4, we have Portal Knights. This is an adventure role-playing project that sends the player to an unforgettable journey. In it, you'll explore fantasy worlds through special portals, as well as fight monsters and huge bosses. Also here, you need to collect resources to create new items, including weapons and armor. And besides, here it's possible to create huge buildings and customizing character, beautiful graphics, open sandbox worlds. There's unique landscapes and local multiplayer for up to 4 people that will give you an unforgettable experience. And the game has several classes too, and a cool ability to customize your character. Coming in at number 3, we have Sins of Miami Gangster. This is a GTA-style action game set in an open-world environment. Here you get to play a small-time criminal who has to make his way to the top of the crime organizations in Miami. In order to do this, you'll have to steal, hit, and shoot your way to the top. The game begins with your character getting out of prison and going back to the streets to meet up with an old friend. From there, you have to go on to accept all sorts of missions. These will require you to complete goals like driving a car to a specific location, beating up an enemy, and overall, this is a great GTA-style game that offers decent graphics. Next up at number 2, we have Sky Gamblers 2. This is the ultimate World War II air combat game in which you'll participate in visceral dogfights. You'll protect cities and fleets, bomb enemy structures, and even fly through tunnels. Everything is set up in accurately recreated real-life locations like Pearl Harbor, coast of Dover, Midway, Germany, and France. The game prominently features some of the most pivotal air and sea battles of World War II. You can forget about there being anything in the way of a compelling narrative beyond the already apparent historical significance of these events, excluding the 12 campaign missions, which all come in around 10 to 15 minutes in length. And finally, number 1, we have Pascal's Wager. Pascal's Wager is an action role-playing game with the style of dark fantasy. The game provides top-notch picture quality and a feast for the senses that the mobile platform has never really had before. You can play multiple characters to experience the strong storyline and reveal various hidden areas of the map. Along the way, they'll fight unbelievable enemies, confront epic bosses, and embrace overwhelming death and truth. All the while, they'll be engrossed by a magnificent soundtrack performed by a world-class orchestra. So that's it, you guys. If you found a game that you like, then go to our description box. We have all of the links and all of the games that we featured in this video. And if a game that you like isn't featured on this video, then go into the comment section and just rage it out. As always, thank you so much for watching. Leave it a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. Once again, I'm Sarah, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!